Shall we pray? Almighty Father, Creator of the universe, we are most grateful to you for another morning, another day. We don't take for granted the gift of life you have bestowed on us. We bless your holy name. We commit this ceremony into your care. Be with us from the start, throughout, and finish with us. And in the end, we'll give you all the glory. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Amen. Kindly take your seats. Today is matriculation. If you look at the university events, this is perhaps one of the shortest events in the university. So welcome, all of you, to the matriculation ceremony of the University of Health and Allied Sciences. For you, our freshmen, we are most delighted that you chose UHAS. You are very welcome. The purpose of this ceremony is to make you, ladies and gentlemen, bona fide members of the university community. Indeed, until now, you were passerbys. You were passing through. But today, after today, you are going to be bona fide members of the university. We will proceed to administer the matriculation oath by the schools. Vice Chancellor, may I invite the Dean of the Fred Binka School of Public Health is at Hohoe. Today we are not having them here. They are having their program concurrently with us. So they are with us in spirit. So I invite the Dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences, Professor Eric Kwesi-Ofori.
Will all the students of the School of Allied Health Sciences please stand? Please silence. Silence, please. I, Professor Eric Kwesi-Ofori, Dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences, present to you students of the school to be matriculated.
May I also invite the Dean of the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences, Professor Harry Asma, to present his students.
Will all the students of the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences stand and remain standing? I, Professor Richard Harry Asma, Dean of the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences, present to you students of the school to be matriculated.
I invite the Dean of the School of Medicine, Professor Frank Edwin, to present the students from the School of Medicine.
The students of the School of Medicine, please stand. I, Professor Frank Edwin, Dean, School of Medicine, present to you students of the school to be matriculated.
We now proceed with the School of Nursing and Midwifery. May I invite the Dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery to present her students.
Will the students of School of Nursing and Midwifery, please stand and remain standing. I, Professor Ernestina Safo-Adonko, Dean of School of Nursing and Midwifery, present to you students of the school to be matriculated.
And now we go to the School of Pharmacy. May I invite the Dean of the School of Pharmacy, Professor T.C. Fletcher, to present his students.
Will the students of the School of Pharmacy be upstanding and remain standing? I, Professor T.C. Fletcher, Dean, the School of Pharmacy, present to you students of the school to be matriculated.
And now our last baby, the School of Sports and Exercise Medicine. May I invite the Acting Dean of SOSEM to present his students, Professor Erekwesi Ofori.
Will the student of School of Sports and Exercise Medicine stand? I, Professor Erekwesi Ofori, Acting Dean of the School of Sports and Exercise Medicine, present to you students of the school to be matriculated.
This is a critical moment that we're going to take the oath. You will say after me while standing. I do solemnly promise to be a loyal member of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, to study diligently and conform to all statutes, regulations and rules of the university insofar as they concern me. So help me God. Remain standing. Madam Vice Chancellor, the matriculants who have been presented to you by their deans have duly taken the matriculation oath. I pray you to matriculate them.
Are you ready? You think that I should matriculate you? Are you sure? Good. Are you sure you are ready? Yes. Give me a smile. That's okay. Smile is not love. By the powers vested in me by the Council of the University, I, Professor Lydia Aziato, do hereby matriculate you, admitting you to the rights, privileges, and responsibility of the schools and the halls of residences to which you have been assigned in the University of Health and Allied Sciences. Congratulations. You are hereby duly matriculated to the university. Are you cool?
Can we give our Vice Chancellor another applause? While you take your seats, as a symbolic gesture, we're going to have one of you, two persons, to sign the matricula after which it will be passed around the schools for each and every one of you to sign. Ensure that your full name is in the matricula. Otherwise, you are not a student. Note that. In the meantime, may I invite Rosalinda Ason Nana and Dennis Kwesi Sapon Williams to sign the matricula as a symbolic gesture. Where's the book? Yeah. Where's it? Whilst we wait for that, Rosalinda will give a speech on behalf of your cohort, after which they will do the symbolic signing. Rosalinda, please come up. Please support.
Good morning. Vice Chancellor, Professor Lydia Azioto. Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Harry Tagbo. Registrar, Ms. Ya Amankwa Opini. Dean of Students, Dr. Judith Tagbo Anaman. Deans and Directors, members of convocation, fellow matriculants, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to deliver this speech on behalf of my fellow 2022-2023 matriculants of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, stating our expectations of the university and some of the challenges we faced, some of the challenges we have already faced during our brief time here. I, Dennis Kwesi Sapon Williams, in the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences, express my utmost gratitude for being chosen to give this speech at the 2022-2023 matriculation. On behalf of my fellow matriculants, I express our deep gratitude for being admitted into this vibrant university. The journey wasn't easy, but we all prevailed. We have been given a great opportunity to be in the university that is dedicated solely to train us in our various schools to become health professionals who will tackle diverse health issues in the country and beyond. We are all from different places, finding confinement in this community, with different backgrounds in order to be trained under the guidance of the university to become well-polished people of society, able to adapt to the advancement of this world. There are many out there who apply to various programs of this institution, but we find ourselves privileged to be chosen. Let all try our possible best to make our stay a successful one and not in vain. As students, we must adopt behaviors that correspond to the rules and regulations governing this institution, for we must uphold the name of the university. Likewise, we expect the university to work closely with students to give us a positive working experience and academic environment. We expect good and effective communication between the institution and the students, as well as healthy interactions between faculty and students. We hope to experience a secure environment capable of protecting and defending the lives of everyone in this institution, for our safety is really important. Some challenges we are facing are high expenses of going to town to buy goods and difficulty getting vehicles to bring us back. Due to the bad road condition, we are subjected to a dusty environment which can cause harm to our respiratory system. Inadequacy of teaching and learning materials such as tables and chairs in the hostel and lecture halls. Due to our numbers, students are having to sit closely packed together for lectures. I am appealing to the government to come to the aid of this public university to make this a tranquil environment. I would like to use this opportunity to thank our parents and guardians for helping us into this institution, and we promise that your sacrifices will not be in vain. In conclusion, I ask you all, fellow matriculants, to uphold the name of this institution and remember the sole reason you chose to be here. Try to be yourselves and do your best in everything. Never give up, no matter how hard it gets. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis and Anna. Please sign the matricula before you go. You will be wondering why these two were selected amongst you. They are the first two to register their courses for the semester. The first and second. The first female, the first male to register courses. Thank you very much. Now I invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Lydia Aziato, to give us her speech. A round of applause for her.
Thank you very much, Madam Registrar. Our Pro Vice Chancellor is at Hohoe, matriculating the Fred Binker School of Public Health students. So I'm sure that they are doing well over there. So, Madam Registrar, our university librarian, deans and directors here present, members of convocation, staff, our dear matriculants, if there's any parents here, I acknowledge you. The media here present, our virtual audience, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the University Council and Management, I warmly welcome you to today's event, being the second matriculation ceremony of my administration since I took office last year, August. To all of you, thank you for choosing UHAS as your preferred school for your tertiary education. Matriculation ceremonies in general involve taking the matriculation oath as you have done, signing the matricula. So all of you should sign. If not, like the registrar said, you are not a student. And these two processes, taking the oath and signing the matricula, signified that you have been inducted fully into the university. The oath enjoins all fresh students to abide by all the rules and regulations of the university and be of good behavior. You are also expected to be obedient to the Vice Chancellor and members of convocation and all the staff of the university. So your oath that you took, you have to be obedient to all of us. The ceremony is supposed to change you to uphold the discipline and be worthy ambassadors of the university to which you have been enrolled. UHAS is one of the youngest public universities in Ghana, solely dedicated to training health professionals. We were inducted or established by an Act of Parliament, Act 828, in December 2011. But the university started in 2012. So last year, we celebrated our 10th anniversary. So we have entered our 11th year of operation. In addition to what I've just said, UHAS is uniquely developed to dedicate its work or focus to research and community service. Our aim in general is to provide quality education opportunities for you and other health professionals to advance their knowledge and skills and to research to contribute to knowledge in various disciplines. The core values of the university are mutual trust, innovation, technology, research, clinical service, practical orientation, and collaboration. And therefore, you realize that within the 4 or 6 years of your studentship, you'd have a lot of community service or clinical placement that we call the VT, vocational training. This is the only university that sends students to all the 16 regions of the country. Our aims and values are weaved around 4 beliefs, and these are excellence, integrity, innovation, service, and care. And so within your studentship, bear this in mind. And even as you finish the university, these must become parts of your daily life and practice. Excellence, integrity, innovation, service, and care. Our main campus here in Sokode Lukwe, near Ho, you have the central administration, the ICT directorate, the library is here. We have the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences, known as SBBS. We have the School of Pharmacy here. We have the Institute of Health Research. And when we finish the Chinese Phase 2, the School of Nursing and Midwifery will be moved to Sokode. I must say that your batch, you are lucky, because the project is anticipated to finish next year. And so during your studentship, you would enjoy your Cana, because you'll be moving to your Cana. School of Nursing and Midwifery, give yourselves a hand, because you'll be moving to a new building very soon. So I'm happy that your batch would enjoy the new facilities next year. The other schools, School of Allied Health Sciences, School of Medicine, which is incubating the School of Dentistry, are at Trafalgar campus, near where the whole teaching hospital is. And our Institute of Traditional and Alternative Medicine and the School of Sports and Exercise Medicine is found at Dave, where we call the South Campus. So you should know all the campuses of the university before you finish school. So those of us here at the main campus, we are here. You have to go to Trafalgar, you have to go to Dave, you have to go to Hohoi. And we also have a learning center at Rara. So when you have time, visit our learning center at Rara. Currently, we run 22 undergraduate programs and 13 postgraduate programs. The first batch of MPhil nursing students started this year, and we warmly welcome you to the University of Health and Allied Sciences. We also run access and other top-up programs, usually through the sandwich mode for professionals who wish to upgrade from certificate and diploma level to degree and above. My dear fresh men and women, or you are not men, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, which one? Whichever one, I'm sure you are 18 and above, so my fresh men and women. You should count yourselves extremely privileged, because this year was a very difficult year for the university in terms of admissions. Out of 13,410 applications received, we offered 3,396 admissions. And those who enrolled, both undergraduate and graduate, including Fred Binker School of Public Health, you are all together 1,775. So this forms only 13.2% of the total applications received. So that is why I say you should count yourselves extremely privileged to be part of this small number of applications that we have received, or we received. Therefore, this is an opportunity of a lifetime that you have. And so I urge you all to embrace it wholeheartedly, no matter the program that you have been given. One is a professional program. Embrace it wholeheartedly. Strive to achieve excellence by developing critical thinking skills and maintaining the right balance between academic and social life throughout the years that your program will run for, between 4 years and 6 years. I agree with your colleague who gave the speech on your behalf that we have infrastructural deficits. The university is very much aware of this. We are doing all we can in our power to improve on the facilities thereof. And so I add my voice to your colleague to appeal to the government, other stakeholders, philanthropists, investors, to come and partner with the university to improve or increase our infrastructural needs. Various strategies are in the pipeline to ensure that we have increased hostel facilities on campus, so the issue of the bus system will be reduced. However, I wish to acknowledge the support of the Ayalolo bus or company, transport services, for the support they have given us thus far. Knowing that our roads are not very good, and the way our hostels or where you live, as in the private hostels, are scattered, and they are able to provide this service, we are grateful. And so on their behalf, I wish to entreat all of you to use the bus. It is safer than the keke or any other means. Your safety is paramount to us. The bus services is safer, so please use it. And I wish that you are punctual and you go and board the bus on time so that there will be no delays as you are experiencing sometimes. I also am aware of the water problems in some of the hostels, especially Sokode and Dave and Asogli. We are working with other companies to provide us with some boreholes. We are also working with a Ghana company to improve the water supply situation on campus. Upon all these deficiencies, UHAS is a university of choice. I am proud to inform you that you should be proud that you are here, because this year, in the 2023 AD Scientific Index, UHAS came first in terms of research. Give us a hand. So I wish to use this medium to congratulate our professors who are making strides. I also want to encourage the young academics to emulate these senior professors and also avail themselves for mentorship so that the UHAS story will continue to shine. We are also conscious of the classroom situation. I personally have gone around and I've seen the overcrowding in some of the lecture halls and how you have to move chairs from one classroom to the other. The university is undergoing procurement processes to at least purchase some furniture for you. But you see, if the classroom is small, it can only accommodate a number of chairs and tables. So we are more concerned about expanding infrastructure so that all of you will be comfortable. In this regard, I wish to encourage you to go to class early so that at least you can have a comfortable seat. Go to class early, please. I want to use this opportunity also to thank our stakeholders who have responded to our call one way or the other over this short period. We have Fidelity Bank. We supported the basic school with some computers. We have Zenith Bank, who gave us some deep freezers for the hall so you can preserve your food. The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwife Association also gave us some deep freezers. And then we have the latest firm, J.K. Hogley Transport Limited, who gave us some computers. We have Green Sap, who gave us some fridges. And then we also have the Yonsei University giving us some books. We also have the 1970-72 year group of Pando Secondary School Association, who gave us some money to help Fred Binka School of Public Health to build their pavilion. We are also very grateful to SIC for giving us a pergola or summer hut behind the SBBS auditorium, and also going to give us one borehole at the Asogli Hostel. So I'm sure that these donations would motivate or serve as the foundation for other groups and organizations to come support the university. So all of you, your parents, your uncles, aunties who can help the university, extend our invitation to them to come and support the university. We are a growing university, and therefore we need support. In terms of the road, as your colleague mentioned a moment ago, we are also working behind the scenes to ensure that UHAS enjoy better road, internal road network. So I want to use this opportunity to invite you all on the 7th of March. It is a holiday. By 11 a.m., you should be seated like you are seated. We are hosting a member of state who represents the Volta region. We have done all we can to bring him here to see the situation for himself. So I'm sure that when he adds his voice, our problems will be solved, if not all, some. But he wants to engage you so that you can really appreciate the situation on the ground. So please, all of you, 7th Tuesday, next week, no, it's not next week. Whatever it is, it's a 7th. But it's a Tuesday, 11 a.m. He'll be here at 10:30 to meet management. By 11, we'll be here to engage the students. So when he hears your own problems, I'm sure that it will touch a heart for him to make a case for us. So please don't forget, 11 a.m., you should be seated. So I want to assure you that we have competent and experienced faculty, administrators, and other professionals and staff to provide you with the requisite training that you require to function as a professional in the discipline to which you have been admitted. However, note that the university is a place that you build relationships. So, after learning or during your learning, don't forget to build relationships. This becomes your network for your future performance when you are given responsibility or you have some positions. It's your network from your class or your university who will help you to achieve your desired outcomes wherever you find yourself. I also urge you to go by the tenets of the matriculation oath. Remember integrity. So this university frowns on examination malpractice. If you are found culpable, you will be dealt with. Some students are rusticated. They defer the whole year. or 2, depending on the gravity of the situation. UHAS, we say, because you are going to care for human life, we don't take it for granted that you don't perform. So if you fail your core subjects, you are repeated. Remember, your fees is not that cheap. Your parents have sacrificed a lot to bring you that far. One thing that I wish to draw attention to is the finding that once you finish level 100, your parents give you your school fees you refuse to pay. And so from this year, if you don't pay your school fees, you are not a student, you will not write your exam, and you have to go home. Please, don't let this opportunity pass you by. I urge you all to pay your fees, 50% first semester, 50% minimum second semester. Tell your parents that if you don't pay your fees, you'll not be allowed to write exam, you'll not be allowed in class, you'll go home. Again, I also wish to draw attention to the rules and regulations in your student handbook. Everything that I've said thus far, you'll find it in the handbook. So please make the handbook your friend and read it as necessary. If you have any problem, you don't understand anything in the handbook, please seek clarification from faculty, your head of department, dean, or other staff, so that you'll not be found wanting. We, as a university, assure you that you are at the right place at the right time. We have every confidence that before you finish or on your graduation, you are more than ready to face the world. We assure you that. So on behalf of the University Council and management, and on my own behalf, welcome to the University of Choice. Welcome to the university that is a rising giant. Welcome to the university that is making strides in Ghana and globally. We applaud you all on your admission. We wish to say that together we can make it. And so I formally welcome you as junior members of the University of Health and Allied Sciences in statu populari. God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor. I would like to acknowledge our deans of schools and directors of directorates and units in the university who are here present with us. First, our Vice Chancellor who just spoke with you, Professor Lydia Aziato, Prof. 1, as we call her. Shall we give her a thunderous applause for doing this for us? I'm going to go by the order the deans of schools presented their students. So I'm going to acknowledge the presence of Professor Eric Kwesi Ofori, the Dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences. As you are already aware, he is also the acting dean of the School of Sports and Exercise Medicine. Professor Ofori, thank you for coming. We have our Dean of the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences. If you care to know, wait. If you care to know, the facilities that we are enjoying, we are occupying now, belongs to him, that school. Everything on this campus you see now, except this auditorium and the construction that is going on to your right. Every other facility belongs to Professor Harry Asma School. the Vice Chancellor, myself, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, and all the directors who are occupying spaces at the central administration, we are all renting some of your spaces. I hope that Professor Asma will start collecting some dues from us. Professor Asma, thank you for being with us this morning. The Dean of the School of Medicine is also here with us in the person of Professor Frank Edwin. Professor Edwin, thank you for coming. I was a bit surprised when the Dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences presented his students and you stood up. The school that usually fills this auditorium is not SARS. And so I was a bit surprised. I'm wondering whether they are the latecomers. If you care to know, some people are outside. The Vice Chancellor said, we don't take kindly to lateness at all. So henceforth, if you come into any university event outside the time given you, you are going to be left behind. So our Dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery, Professor Ernestina Safwa-Donkwa, is also here with us. Prof, thank you so much for coming. The Dean of Pharmacy is Professor Theophilus Christian Flesher. He's also here present. Prof, thank you. I see our Dean of Students. Have you met her? Yes. All of you? Yes. What is her name? Oh, that reminds me. I was a teacher once. I taught. Do you understand? Yes, madam. Are you sure? Yes, madam. Which one? Do you understand? None. So then do me this honors. Your Dean of Students is here in the person of Dr. Judith Anaman. Dr. Anaman, I want you to stand. Her name is Dr. Judith Anaman. Have you heard? Yes. Thank you. Dr. Anaman, please have your seat. Our Director of Public Affairs is here in the person of Mrs. Maria Jura. I see our policeman, the university's policeman. We have one, he's not in uniform. You won't see him in uniform. He's our Director of Internal Audit in the person of Mr. Frederick Mahama. Mr. Mahama, when they don't pay their fees, he is the university's policeman. He tells us where, controls everything. He will come after you. I also see upstage the acting Dean of International Programs in the person of Dr. Alhassan Kaba. Dr. Kaba, please wave. We have convocation present, faculty, senior administrators, some of our professors are seated amongst us. We have our school officers all present here. Do we have some of our parents around? They are waiting outside. Or you didn't invite them? No problem. Social media will let them see us. So to our parents, we thank you for joining us in spirit today. To our matriculants, look at how beautiful you are looking even on matriculation day. I wonder what will happen after 4 years or 6 years. I have seen some wigs and some makeup and some laces. We thank you so much for coming and coming early like the Vice Chancellor applauded. Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you so much, our ICT team, for making this happen. Our PA, we are most grateful to you for organizing this ceremony for us. We thank everyone who made it to this program today. Now, I will take the closing prayer, and then we can do the anthem before I dissolve, and then we can go. May I invite Mr. Nuruddin Isaka to give us the closing prayer.
Thank you. Shall we pray? In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Ya Allah, we thank you for today. Today is a special day for our fresh students. Allah, we started this program in your name. You've been with us throughout, and we are closing. Close with us, take us safely to our homes for us to continue our business. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata allazina an'amta alayhim. غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nuruddin Isaka. Now, this assembly for the matriculation ceremony is now dissolved. We will now rise to take the UHAS anthem, after which we will recess.